Joe is saying, Dean, you don't use any other common indicators like moving average, MACD, RSI, etc. except for VWAP. What's so special about VWAP? VWAP includes volume. Now you might counter by saying that there are many indicators that use volume. I agree, but most of them use vertical volume. Now VWAP also uses vertical volume, but it is attaching that volume to that particular price where it occurred. So I'll tell you what it means. The subtle differences, but very important. Now here you can see how VWAP is calculated is very simple. What they do is take the closing price of first candle C1 into the volume on that candle, and they do till closing of the last bar into volume on the last bar, and you add this, all of this, and then you divide it by volume on all those bars added, and this gives you VWAP. Although vertical volume is used in the calculation, it is always attached to the prices, the closing prices of these bars. So if you have to calculate the real VWAP, you should take every tick of price change into the volume of that tick and then calculate the VWAP. Very intensive on software. So what they do is they use the closing price and the volume on that total bar. So whenever you have such big bars, the figure might be a little misleading, but it works out. That is the only reason why I like to use VWAP, nothing else. Yes, volume weighted moving average is, it includes volume and price, but there is a big issue there. And that is, like, if you are, let's say, 30 period volume weighted moving average, if you are using this, now we have the volume weighted moving average. Now see, the difference here is that this volume weighted moving average is a running average of 30 periods. So if I have to calculate volume weighted moving average on this bar, I have to look back at 30 bars previous to it. But when it comes to VWAP, it starts with the first candle. It starts here. Then it uses the volume and closing price of second candle. Then it shifts down. Then third, then fourth. And this is a cumulative total for the day. This VWAP has no data that is being used from previous days. But that is not true with 30-day moving average, because now you see we have a gap up and then the VWAP starts plotting from where the market starts trading. But if you look at the volume weighted moving average, all these figures are useless because they are using this price. It is anchored to this price till we make all 30 bars and then suddenly it jumps here, because then now it is using all this data. So that is the difference. What I want is, when I'm looking at volume and I'm always looking at horizontal volume, this will usually match with the volume profile and the VWAP. They both will kind of run in sync. That is why I prefer this, because this gives me a better picture rather than this.